Welcome to our webinar Implement a Self-Service Store with ZENworks Service Desk. Why use ZENworks Service Desk Store and the benefits? My name is Oliver vom Walde. I'm a pre-sales solution consultant from Micro Focus at Germany. We live in the digital age, and the one work device no longer exists. The user chooses his device according to work location, size, and performance. No matter what class of device it comes from, it must always provide the application that the user needs for his work, everywhere. And this is still more important during the pandemic, while almost everybody is working from home. Surveys of companies confirm that hybrid models will be offered in many companies in the future. The fast track to IT is blocked. There are other tasks than the daily monotony. If the user does not have what he needs, then it must be easy to request and quick to implement. IT must be able to automate implementation and adhere to business governance. So, let's have a look into ZENworks Service Desk Integrated Enterprise Store and ZENworks Configuration Management enable broad support for the day-to-day automation of operation required for the mobile as well as desktop devices. ZENworks Service Desk drives the processes and ZENworks Configuration Management delivers the content, from bundle to reimage. ZENworks Service Desk doesn't stop there either. Forms such as employee, start, move, stop, PC requests can be mapped to the Service Desk Store and provide users with a single point of contact. The ZENworks Service Desk Store is based on Angular and Spring. It offers dynamic rendering for all kinds of devices, regardless from iOS, Android, Linux, Mac or Windows-based devices. For customers who have an existing Service Desk tool in place, ZENworks Service Desk can only run in store mode. Means when the customer logs in, he directly sees the store items. But ZENworks Service Desk is more than just a front end for automation. ZENworks Service Desk is a full-blown ITIL-based service management solution, a pink verified certified for 10 processes. It integrates with ZENworks Configuration Management and provides cost-effective, consistent, and unified experience to the end user. ZENworks Service Desk enables faster and easier user requests and tracking, and enhanced item lifecycle management. And it is proven for its small footprint. ZENworks Service Desk is available as a classic paper license plus maintenance, or as a subscription. It is counted by concurrent user. There are two versions of the license: the full ITIL version, which includes 10 processes, or the standard edition, which includes incident, service with a basic CMDB and knowledge base. Every ZENworks customer with active maintenance receives 2 free ZENworks Service Desk Standard Edition licenses. That's enough for the store. Of course, this also applies to Open Workgroup Suite customers. ZENworks Service Desk Standard Edition is included in the ZENworks Suite for unlimited technicians. There is a discounted subscription add-on available to use the full ITIL version as a Suite customer. The ZENworks Service Desk Store is based on Angular and Spring. It offers dynamic rendering for all kinds of devices, regardless from iOS, Android, Linux, Mac or Windows-based devices. For customers who have an existing service desk tool in place, ZENworks Service Desk can only run in store mode. Means when the customer logs in, he directly sees the store items. The ZENworks Service Desk Store page offers an intuitive interface for the customer to work with. From here, he can search for an item. He has various filters to find the item he is looking for. Some of the examples are requested or not, category, or item type. To make the integration between ZENworks Service Desk and ZENworks Configuration Management as easy as it can, we develop a Getting Started wizard. This simple multi-step process highlights all relevant steps for configuration. A completed configuration is indicated by a green tick. As already mentioned, setting up ZENworks Service Desk is easy. The wizard imports all relevant informations to connect ZENworks Service Desk with the ZENworks Configuration Management database and fills ZENworks Service Desk CMDB. For ZENworks Configuration Management customers, it is common to import workstations, bundles, and mobile devices. ZENworks Service Desk Bundle Import enables all import bundles to be used for the store. ZENworks Service Desk 8.3 allows bundles to create relationship with devices. This dramatically simplifies the process who is owning an application. With incident management being enabled, the customer will always see his list of applications. Let's have a look how easy it is to create an item for the store. Once we imported the bundles from ZENworks Configuration Management, we promote them in the store. We choose a store template, or we create a new one and category the item. If a category does not exist, we can create new categories. Then we design the item. If imported from ZENworks, some informations like name, pictures, and description has been already added. Template and category can be corrected. So let's have a look for extensions, dynamic forms, and for the installation schedule. ZENworks Service Desk comes with several automation extensions, so far called store extension. Some are general, like the LDAP extension, and some are explicitly ZENworks related. The LDAP extension adds a user or customer to one or more LDAP groups. It requires that from the imported LDAP source, those groups had been imported. Every promoted ZENworks bundle is automatically using the customer for the automated ZENworks assignment. However, it can be modified to assign to a device, like a Windows workstation, Android, or iOS. At least the customer must own a device type before he can select it. We also support assignments to ZENworks device groups or to ZENworks pre-boot bundles. Dynamic forms had been introduced with ZENworks Service Desk 8.2. As a feedback from our customers, we added dynamic forms to the store with ZENworks Service Desk 8.3. This greatly enhanced our provisioning process when using non-ZENworks related store items, like PCs or mobiles. Now we are able to retrieve almost unlimited targeted information from our customers, where before we had a limitation of 5 questions. The installation schedule inside the store template controls the visualization of a bundle on ZENworks managed workstation devices. The app, assigned through the store extension, shows up in the ZENworks application launcher. On mobile devices, the bundle can also automatically installed. Every configuration can be overwritten on store item level. Et voila, the store is configured with various items. Let's dive deeper into where automation not only saves the administrator's time, but helps document processes and incorporate approval. A common example of this is the allocation of an expensive application that needs to be approved by the manager. Microsoft Visio is an example of this. Companies are subject to more and more regulations. The ZENworks Service Desk Store supports this tracking requirement through consistent audit integration. Every requested item from the store is tracked by when, status, action, who, and note, which could include the approval reason, and can be exported as a PDF. This also pays off for the integrated approval processes. ZENworks Service Desk therefore offers workflow examples that can be customized for the respective company. The so-called store template offers jumping points into the respective workflow, but also include error handling. If the automation fails, the error is noted and the request is assigned to a technician. ZENworks Service Desk makes it possible to read out the direct manager of an employee from the LDAP directory and integrate him or her specifically into the workflow. But not only the direct manager, also an element manager, a manager group, or the employee himself can be referenced in the chain. Of course, a multi-level approval process can be created. The picture demonstrates the customer request for the Microsoft Visio application. His manager can check his request in his customer portal and easily approve or reject it. In the following, we will look at 4 different stored scenarios. Every scenario will consist of 2 parts. The first is the theoretical part, explaining the workflow. On the right hand of the screen, you will see a part of the store template. I will use the same color coding as used in ZENworks Service Desk workflow. The second part is the video demonstration. The first scenario, assignment of a free application. Sandra requests free Firefox in the store. The request moves to open. The auto assignment of Firefox happens, and if assigned successfully, the success state is close successful or close resolved. If ZENworks Service Desk couldn't reach the ZENworks configuration management server, then the success state is a failure, and the ticket moves, in my case, to tech support and is open. So let's check the video. We are Sandra Blackwell and we are logging into the customer portal. Sandra is directed to the store and she chooses Firefox Standard as a free application that she likes to have installed on her desktop. She checks the ticket itself and requests the application. Request has been fulfilled, and through the filter page She checks the requested application. Now Sandra wants to install Firefox on her desktop, so she moves to the ZENworks application launcher, refreshes the launcher, and Firefox appears in the list. Now, as an administrator, we want to check what happened in the backend, and we move to Sandra Blackwell's user, and in the assignments list of the bundles, we see Firefox assigned to Sandra. This is exactly the same workflow as before, but we are using incident management and knowledge base from Service Desk. The customer opens a request for help and gets a proposal to solve it in himself. He uses the store item to fix the issue. In case of a user assignment, Service Desk automatically adds the customer as an item owner. In case of a workstation assignment, this happens on the next scheduled import. Now let's have a look into the workflow. Sandra requests a reimage. The request moves to open. The auto assignment of the imaging bundle happens and it is proved to be assigned. And finally, the ticket is closed successfully and the ticket is safe and closed resolved. If the server wasn't reached, the ticket goes into error handling and the tech support is assigned to the ticket state. Let's do the demo. ZENworks Service Desk Standard is enabled with all the 5 processes. Sandra launches an incident request regarding her existing imported machine from ZENworks. The machine is slow and sometimes the machine isn't booting. So she enters the exact description of a problem into the ticket. Based on the description, a knowledge base entry appears that helps Sandra independently solve the problem and describes that she can re-image her machine through the store. She clicks on the link in this knowledge base article and is taken directly to the item from the store. She selects her workstation and requests the item. In the request list, she sees her closed request, and we now check in ZCC the assigned object. Imaging is assigned. Sandra starts her machine in the network boot and the machine is redeployed. In our case, we use ZENworks WinPE imaging process to redeploy the existing workstation. It's a known machine. It's getting more complex. Scenario number 3. Request Visio with line manager approval. We are using the default workflow with the line manager approval. The line manager needs to approve the application and therefore Sandra requests Visio in the store. The request moves to the line manager approval. If the line manager approves it, then the auto assignment of Visio happens and the assignment moves to assign store item. If the store item can be assigned through ZENworks Service Desk, the success state moves to closed resolve. Otherwise, we move to the failure state, tech support. If the manager is rejecting the ticket, then the request is cancelled. Let's do the demo. Sandra needs Visio for her new project work. She goes to the ZENworks Service Desk customer portal and finds an entry in the knowledge base on how to get Visio. She needs to justify the use and her manager needs to approve it. In the store, she chooses Visio Professional. And accept it with an additional description. Here's her manager. The request is being created. Her manager Ron sees the approval and accepts it with an additional note. Sandra receives an email note that the ticket has been closed and checks it in her ZENworks Service Desk customer portal. She opens the request list. The ticket is closed resolved. Now she checks the approval note from her manager. It's okay. Sandra opens the ZENworks application launcher. She refreshes the application launcher. And Visio is there. Last scenario. Request mobile with line manager approval. Here is no ZENworks bundle extension involved. We are using the LDAP extension. The customer wants to get a mobile. The manager needs to approve the mobile. The mobile is purchased and shipped to the customer. Only when the customer confirms receipt, she is added to the email mobility group as a staff member via the LDAP extension and can receive email. So, what's the workflow? Sandra requests the mobile in the store. The request moves to the line manager approval. The line manager accepts the request and the purchase department is now purchasing the item. It is sent out to and shipped to the customer, where the customer receives an email about the shipment and the customer now needs to approve the received mobile. The accept state in that case is assign the store item. And in case of successful LDAP assignment, the success state moves the ticket to a closed state, closed resolved. So if it isn't assigned because the LDAP server isn't reachable, the ticket is moved to the tech support failure status. If the customer decides not to approve the mobile, then it moves to the tech support. And the tech support needs to manually assign the customer to the email group. So his fault, he doesn't get emails. In case of the line manager does not approve the ticket, it's closed and cancelled. This would be the workflow configured inside ZENworks Service Desk. Let's do the demo. Peter is a new employee to my demo. Therefore, he logged into the workstation of Sandra. He was informed that if he wants to get a new laptop, he needs to log in with his credential into the Service Desk customer portal. In the store, he finds the request for procurement of a new PC. He also noticed that email and corp apps are activated after confirmation of the receipt. So he chooses a laptop, a docking station, one screen, a Kensington lock, and he likes to have the backpack. What he has chosen was something we configured through a dynamic formula. Now Peter is requesting and goes to check the request, and he sees that in the request list there is a new ticket which is called procurement of a new PC. He's also able to check his email, and in the email he sees that a ticket was created. Martin knew about the procurement of the PC of Peter, and he sees that as a line manager he is requested to approve the application. He opens the ticket, clicks on approve, and he adds some notes to the approval. Purchase department received the approval, checks the ticket, purchase the device, and move the ticket to shipment. Therefore, the ticket is moved to the next action where the customer is noticed about that the PC was shipped to him. Peter himself got the advanced shipping notice in his email and now needs himself to approve the receipt. He checks his awaiting approval inputs and approves his received PC. And the ticket is resolved. The administrator is now able to see that Peter was added to the group-wise users group, and while he switches to ZENworks Service Desk into the technician interface, he sees that the active request was closed. He changes the filter to see all requests, opens the ticket, and is able to see that the LDAP extension was launched with success. If you'd like to get more information about ZENworks Service Desk, please check the documentation, the ZENworks community, add ideas in our idea portal, or check the videos on our YouTube channel. Thank you for listening to our webinar, and bye.